one to judge my friends. But when I told her 4 times to read the instructions, and the first instruction is to put the sauce that she's putting in now after she's microwaved it already, there's definitely an issue.
I don't follow rules. I should not put a lot hot.
And then she's going to be like,
my stomach!
Yeah, in the morning she's going to be like, I don't feel so good.
Should we tell them the story about...
Yeah, so, while she's prepping her food over here for this ExoByeol Mukbang, by the way, welcome to day 7 of Vlogmas. Today we're doing an evening, we were going to do a vlog today, but then we didn't.
Food.
Yeah, so we got food. I have got some tteokguk, which is just pretty much Korean rice cake soup. She has tteokbokki.
I'll show you guys right now.
I've got some fish cakes here, some pickled radish, and then of course we got chips. These are Japanese actually. So she's asking if she should put more spicy to the spicy. So she has the buldak tteokbokki, which is the same company that makes the buldak 볶음면, which is the spicy ramen that went viral for like their fire flavor, the volcano flavor. Anyway, so the other night we went to go eat at a diner. And it was one of our 4 a.m. sessions of us, like, I've got homework and studying to do. She studies too. And I always tell her, I'm like, let's take it easy on the tummies when we go eat late at night.
Yeah, you do. No, you started saying that after my stomach ache.
No. I say it every time. I'm like the mom in this relationship here.
Honestly.
And... so she goes and you got like nachos or something, right? Or no, you got a sandwich.
Yeah.
You got like a sandwich. I don't remember what sandwich it was.
It wasn't even that spicy. Like, it wasn't even spicy though. That's what was weird. Like, I was perfectly fine.
But yeah, the next morning she woke up and...
I woke up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, and like, mind you guys, she doesn't usually ever wake up at 6 in the morning. She's going to bed by 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so she woke up, and I woke up later, and she was just not feeling good. And that entire day, her stomach was singing the song of its tribal people. Honestly, like, her stomach had its own freaking chorus line in there.
It was having a party.
And it sucked because that day we went out with a friend, and we went to go get ramen, which is not good for your stomach. And so...
I got the chicken one, so it was kind of okay.
She got the chicken one. I told her not to eat it all, and she didn't, which is good.
I actually listened to her for once.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and so now we're eating again here. It's not that late. It's only 7 o'clock while we're recording this. So, you know, we missed dinner time officially by just like an hour or so. But, yeah.
The thing is, I had been craving tteokbokki for like the longest time ever, so...
This is mine. It's a soup, so I can't really tilt it too much. But inside of it has rice cakes, just like the tteokbokki. Usually, sometimes people will put chicken or other things like egg or anything like that in here. I ain't that fancy, and I'm not gonna do it for this mukbang.
Is it like pickles?
It's radish.
By the way, guys, look at this little cute thing. Oh, this looks so good. I'm so ready to eat.
So, yep, we've got soup here. We have tteokbokki here. Fish cakes, pickled radishes, and
chopsticks.
So, 2019 was kind of an interesting year with regards to relationships.
My love life is it got run over by a reindeer.
I
don't know what happened. I've been single for 2 years. Well,
ooh, 2 years.
Not 2
You guys,
years.
I've been single. I was single for 10 years prior to like
her current boyfriend.
Maybe.
It was earlier.
But like, no, well, because I met him in August, but like I wouldn't say like we started dating in August because we didn't. So I met my boyfriend actually. So we live in El Paso, and if you guys haven't heard, El Paso had a shooting not in 2011. In August, 29 people were injured, killed. And so this computer turning off every 2 seconds. And so during that time, I was on a website, which I'm not, or an app. I'm not going to mention it because they're not sponsoring us. But
Sponsor us.
but it is a Korean language exchange website, and it for the most part people actually do use it for language exchange. So I met my current interest, I will say, there on the day of the shooting, and I was just kind of wanting to talk to somebody about it. And we kind of took off from there. We talked every day. We finally called. We finally video timed, which was great. And because I was doing laundry and kicking tables.
I was here that day.
We finally got to the point where we were talking about relationships. And he was making fun of me because I know all of, like, the Korean terms for dating. Like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? I'm single. I'm taken. Yeah, you know, things like that. He all of a sudden was just like, well, I like you. And I was like, what?
I like you too.
And I ended up just being like, well, you know what? I kind of like you too. And, but the thing is that we decided that we weren't going to be like an official boyfriend and girlfriend, which is why I call him my interest. Because he made a point of, like, how can you truly like someone if you've never met them, like, in person? So he's waiting for me to come to Korea, and so hopefully by March that will be a thing.
Do you think you're going to introduce him to, like, the vlogs?
I would like to. He already follows my personal YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to Phantom's Lover. But I think I would. I wouldn't mind having him in my vlogs and stuff like that if he doesn't mind being in them. He's kind of camera shy.
So spicy.
It's so good.
Guys, I'm not that good with spicy food.
And she's always eating it.
Yeah. And I, like, wanted to add this sauce that's, like, a Korean sauce.
It's gochujang, so it's chili paste.
I would have died.
That's why I told her. Y'all heard me. If she doesn't edit this out, you guys all heard me. And if not, I swear to God, I will put comments on the bottom of this that said, it was edited out, but I told her not to. How about radish? Might cool your mouth down.
Oh, it's so good, though.
I was like, that's the real test right there. I want to learn how to make these.
They're good.
All it is radish. It's been pickled.
So what bands have you been listening to? Oh, well, we went through this already.
As of lately, usually I have, like, a pretty good mix of, like, between VIX and other groups. But after I went to go see the Monster X concert in Dallas, you guys, have been listening to nothing but Monster X. And now the whole thing with Wonho happened, so now I'm, like, super stan everything. I want to get a tattoo of a bunny right here.
We should. I know we weren't going to go into the negatives of K-pop, but what if we go into the positives? Seal came back. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw my thing, but I cried. Fudge.
Seal's comeback was really big. A lot of people cried about it. There's milk in the fridge. There's a little bit of milk left in the fridge if you need some. Because of what happened, I mean, I think, like, regardless of what happened, like, with Monster X, this would have happened just because Minhyuk's birthday and Kihyun's birthday and everybody's birthday has been coming by. But, Monbebe collectively have adopted, I believe, over 50 animals, a lot of them being koalas, because there were parts of Australia that were on fire, and a lot of habitats for, you know, the koalas and stuff like that were destroyed. We also, I believe, adopted 4 whales, bunnies for Wonho, whales for Minhyuk, and just a bunch of animals, wolves and stuff like that through the Worldwide Wildlife Foundation, something like that. I can't remember what the name of it is exactly, but they're the ones where you can like adopt the wild animal, and then you get like the little plushie if you do the full thing, and yeah, things like that. And so I think regardless of like what happened, we would have done it just because of the birthdays coming by. But with the addition of that, we're like, nah, mom babies unite.
For EXO came back. Oh, you saw that reaction.
Yeah, I also reacted to it. If you guys haven't checked it out, you can hear me make dolphin noises in the beginning.
Finally, after a century.
It was 6 days.
A week.
A week is 7 days.
Hold up. Ah, it's all spicy.
I also would like to mention that while we were at the store, I told her that these ones would be really spicy.
Yeah.
And she still changed the tteokbokki out.
So, to cool down my mouth, I'm gonna try these.
Cuttlefish snacks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're gonna taste fishy.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute!
Fishy? Huh?
Kinda-ish, yeah.
It smells shrimpy. Those are good. Like fish chips.
So
pretty good. Yeah, I like them.
I know which. When I go to Korea, these become my favorite snacks.
Hope you can find them.
I know. I know what we can talk about. You're moving to Korea.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I'm planning on moving to Korea in March. Right now it's December, so I'm quietly having a meltdown in my head about how fast this move is coming up. But I will be moving to still an unknown location because I haven't interviewed with anybody yet. I will be going for teaching. I don't know what grade I'm going to be teaching in. I'm probably going to be in private school, I believe. I did apply to be near my boyfriend. So we'll see if that happens, and I kind of hope it does because it would be nice to be close to him. Because we're already doing a long distance relationship. It would suck to have like a long distance relationship in the same country. But yep, so I'll be going for teaching. I do have a potential side job. Well, I can't say side job. Another job offer. I'm working on that one. I just don't know how it's going to work with my visa because the particular company doesn't sponsor visas. So not going to be very difficult.
I'm also going to Korea, but it'll be in 2 years. So she's going this year, or next year. I'll be going the year after. I'll be going to studying abroad. Yay!
My dog scared me. I thought it was you touching my leg. Doggo.
It sucks because I just became friends with everyone that I had become friends with, and everyone's sadly leaving. So she's leaving. My other friend is leaving. Like most of our group is leaving, and I'm just like so sad about it.
But there are still some people that are staying. So I mean, you can still make a new group and stuff like that. It also forces you to practice your Korean. And I mean forces you.
I miss studying Korean.
Do you though?
No, I do. It's just the ACT has been taking so much out of me that the ACT right now is the important thing because with the ACT it determines if I have to take more classes or if I can just take the college classes and go to Korea in 2 years.
Your crush is also studying for the SAT, so I mean...
It's not like if he looks at me sometimes.
You guys, on her birthday when she turned 21, we were at our friend's apartment, and her crush came in, And everybody knows about this crush. And it's not exactly subtle.
Well, just one of the persons
That owns the apartment.
Well,
he knows too.
He didn't even know.
Now he knows.
But he found out thanks to...
It was an accident.
But I chose him.
But, so we were playing Truth or Dare because that's what everybody who's had way too much alcohol does, right?
Especially me.
And, her crush comes into the apartment and our friend's boyfriend is like, Zumiko, get all over that. And she got dared. Okay, mind you, so usually when our friends come over, he usually kind of like recedes to his bedroom and just kind of chills with them. Rude. And
thank you.
And she got dared to go to the room and knock on the door, do the whole walk of shame and everything, and be like, "Can I get your guys' social media?"
But mind you, guys, I was drunk, so I already had one of the guys' Instagram, so I was like, okay, whatever. And I go to the room, all drunk, and I'm like, "Hey, guys, can I have your social media?" And then I give my crush the phone, and I'm like, he's like, "Oh, sure." Mind you,
I don't know if you guys can see real quick, but like, there's this little poopy thing down here. That's you see her little head popping up on the camera. That's my doggo trying to get food. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Anyway.
But with me, I don't know, but I think he's really nice with me. It's probably just because he doesn't want to seem as a douchebag. Although a lot of people say he is one. But, so I asked him, I was like, hey guys, can I have your social media? Mind you, his friend is over there, and his friend is just looking at me like, Fudge, you're drunk. And I'm just like, I'm like looking at him, and I'm like, and so I get his social media, and he gives me back the phone, and I just leave, and I'm like, I didn't even get his friend, so I was like, nah, just him. The thing with that I realized was I used to search up his name before even having him followed on Instagram.
So he was probably typing it and like it was already like recently searched.
Yeah. That's what I was noticing. So
I never thought about that. Damn, that backfired.
But he followed me back. So thank you.
I follow him too, so I mean everybody kind of knows who he is. He's not like, at least in the circle, he's not exactly the subtle person in the group.
The thing is, if I wish he knew the hype he had around him just because of me liking him. Like, before he knew me, he probably didn't have that much, like, hype around him. No. And now he's like...
What's funny about that story, though, is that we actually drank quite a lot that night. And she was actually really quite gone. And I think she was a little bit more gone than she thinks she was.
Was I?
You were pretty gone.
How bad?
You were giggling at your phone. Let's not mention where you thought that I went when you woke up in the middle of the night. I'll get to that right now. Alright, so. Yeah. I decided we were going to stay at my friend's apartment. I drank too much. I was only going to sleep for a few hours, and she drank way too much. I don't want her in my car.
I would have puked.
Mm-hmm. And so, I give her... So, our friends are... One of the owners of the apartment, he is Korean, and he has a mat. And so, I let her have the mat, and I was like, oh, I'll just sleep on the couch. Mind you, their couch is, like, super ridiculously broken and super ridiculously uncomfortable to sleep on. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. And so... Our friend and her crush and her crush's friend had left sometime in the middle of the party, and then they were like, oh, we'll come back. And then we're like, whatever. The party ends, and I'm telling the other owner, because they're roommates, I'm like, hey, is it okay if we stay the night? And he's like, yeah, whatever. So I set her up to go to bed, and I get myself ready to go to bed, right? And
oh my god,
the other co-owner is already like knocked out. Yeah, he was already.
He got really drunk.
And as she's getting ready, like she's settling in, you know, she's on her phone. I'm getting ready for bed. The other owner, her crush, and the crush's friend come back all together. My eyes, see, at this point, I had already kind of started sobering up, so I'm like well aware of what's happening. I look up at him and I'm like, she's over here on her phone. Mind you, so she's laying on her, like, her side, but away from the door, so they can't see her face, and you just hear her. I'm like, go to bed. And then she's like, and then I'm like, go to bed. And her crush's friend is literally standing there in the living room, like this. And I'm looking at him like,
mind your own business.
And he goes, he walks into the room, and her over here still on her, oh my god. And so they only see it for a little bit, and then they left, and I'm saying like goodnight, and Samika's over here like, Rock came in. Did I say that? Right before you fell asleep. And then she passed out. And then I'm trying to get comfortable. And let me tell you again, this chair is super uncomfortable. I ask my friend, do you have a pillow I can borrow? And he goes, no. And then he goes into his room and closes the door, and I'm like, well, crap. He comes back out and he gives me a travel pillow. It doesn't do much for like laying down. You're like, you put your head down and your head goes kind of between the circle, and you're like this.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh my god. And so my friend, or our friend, calls me about, I don't know, like 4 a.m. maybe. And I head outside to talk to her. 1, because I needed to get my phone charger. 2, I didn't want to wake up the entire house. And so I go outside and I have like this long conversation with my friend about, you know, our own whatever. And I come back inside and everyone's asleep. I get ready for bed and I go to sleep. You know, all is good and diddly done. I wake up the next morning bright and early. I usually wake up before the rest of the house does, or one of the owners who goes to church in the morning will wake me up when he starts getting ready to get dressed, and that's at that point I think I should get dressed and get ready. So I wake her up and we get going and stuff, and we're in the car and she's like, at some point you like disappeared. Where did you go? And I was like, oh, I went outside to talk to our friend on the phone, and she was like, oh, it's because I thought you went into his room and cuddled with him last night. To be fair, everybody was teasing me that night, and I'm not going to get into those reasons because I don't know who's going to watch this video, and we're just going to leave it at that. But, yeah, everyone was teasing me that night about it, and so she thought I went off and had myself a good time at night. And that was not the case. I was outside.
So for Halloween, mind you guys, I was still 20. I really couldn't go into bars at all. It was the worst year of my life. I sound
drama queen,
honestly. But my friend's like, you know what? We're trying to have fun. Not to be mean or anything, but I'm trying to get lit tonight. And then I was like, okay, well, if you guys want, you can go to Cincinnati, leave me here, come back, and we can just all drink afterwards so you can get lit.
For those who don't know, Cincinnati is a party district on the one side of our town here. And it's just it's a street just full of bars and stuff like that. So we just call it Cincinnati. It's the street name.
Exactly. So I'm minding my own business. He's like, okay, I'm going to make you comfortable as I can. He even made me a sandwich. He was like, are you hungry? And I was like, yeah. He made me the sandwich and everything. And the moment they left, guys, not even 2 freaking minutes. The moment they leave, I hear the door open again, and I'm like, oh, it's probably him. He came back for something. He probably forgot his wallet or something. Nope. One guy walks in, and I'm like, I don't know who the heck you are, but hi. I said hi to him. And then I see my crush. And I'm just like...
Yeah, let me tell you what it looked like on the other side of the door. So, okay, mind you, we had come from one party, and we were just going to go hit... Like, it was already, 1 in the morning almost. The bars closed at 2. So, we were not going to be out for long. So, we walk out, and, this was after, lots of, are you sure it's okay? Are you sure? 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 Okay. And, we walked out of the house, we shut the door, and I see, so her crush drives a motorcycle. I see a motorcycle drive by. And I mean, I know already who it is. Like, you can tell by, you know, certain body features.
His vibe.
And I was like, oh my God. I turned to our friend and I'm like, is that who I think it is? Is that so-and-so? And he was like, oh, hey man, what's up? And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so the girls that we were with too that night, they knew, but they didn't know who he was. I don't think they had seen him prior to that time. And I'm leaning over, I'm like, that's the guy that she likes. And they were like, oh. And so I get into the Uber and our friend is talking to him. And I'm sitting there like, we left her alone in the house with him. We left her in the house with him. We left her in the house with him. She's alone in the house with him.
And then the other side, I'm like, oh my God.
She was so happy. She was happy until all of the other ones came in and she was invited to drink. And her crush was like, nah, she's too young to drink that.
The only good thing about it was that I got to make more friends. Mm-hmm. So
everybody kind of made friends that night. So
I even became friends with his friend.
Those are funky.
Can I try one?
Yeah, they have cheese bits on them. Melty, cheesy bits, and it's kind of gross. Yeah, they're kind of funky, aren't they? You see, like, the cheese? Like, I don't know if you guys can see. Like, there's, like, the splotch, like, right there. That's, like, melted cheese. And it's kind of funky.
But, yeah. That was the best day of my life. And he introduced himself and everything. When he introduced himself, I was like, I know who you are. He only knew who I am.
Oh, you know what was the best part about that night? Was his friend, the one that is hosts the party at the house. I was talking to him the next day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, her crush doesn't remember anything past leaving Cincinnati, so he doesn't remember going to the apartment, and doesn't remember at all. Doesn't remember any of the conversations he has. Doesn't remember any of the drinks he had at the house. Doesn't remember going into the room and us hanging out and us teasing him about his crush, and he doesn't remember any of that."
And the sad part is the last time that we met, which was the second time that we met, I was drunk. So
that was your birthday.
We have never really met each other not drunk. He's either drunk or I'm drunk. So, but okay, no, that's a lie. So before my birthday, after Halloween, when we went to the cafe, our hangout spot, he actually looked at me and smiled at me. Yeah. So I think he knew who I was. I don't know. That was a fun night.
That was weird.
I still can't believe I did that.
Yeah, and you went to sleep right after that.
What?
Yeah.
I was drunk.
That was fun. So, I guess that's it for story time. We started off with our love lives, but boy, did we go way off topic with that
Honestly.
one. I'm just about done eating. These chips are super sad. They're really kind of gross, and I'm really full now. I've eaten everything with the exception of my broth that's in here, I think. Yep. She's working on it, but her mouth needs a quick break because it's really spicy. But, yeah, thank you guys for joining us on Vlogmas Day 7. We will be continuing for Day 8 on Sunday. And, don't know what we're going to do yet there on Sunday. I have work tomorrow too. But,
just stay tuned.
Yeah.
If you're having a bad day, make sure to look up in the sky and look at the bubbly clouds. And
don't embarrass yourself in front of your crushes, okay? Bye, guys!